Chicago football remembers a larger-than-life figure.
Go welcome home your dad.
I'm coming home, I'm coming home.
Arizona Cardinals safety Pat Tillman says he is going to leave the NFL.
Well, on a night like tonight, this has to be the greatest place in the world for Brett Favre.
Football enthusiasts will never forget these moments, which range from thrilling victories to moving tributes and kind acts. Here are some of the most moving incidents in NFL history.
What a scene here. Eric Berry taking the field.
Eric Berry's triumphant return. Eric Berry of the Kansas City Chiefs was diagnosed with Hodgkin's cancer just before turning 26. After receiving the cancer news, he declared he would return, and in September at Arrowhead Stadium, he did it just 10 months later to loud applause. He was given a standing ovation for his performance against the Steelers, motivating football supporters who were also undergoing cancer treatment. Berry had defeated cancer more quickly than a muscle can mend itself, which was the best defeat ever.
Well, on a night like tonight, this has to be the greatest place in the world for Brett Favre.
Brett Favre honored his late father. In 2003, Brett Favre's father, Irvin, passed away unexpectedly at the age of 58, only a few days before Christmas. His father had coached him as a teenager and died because of a heart attack on a Sunday. A day later, on Monday Night Football, Favre's Green Bay Packers took on the Oakland Raiders. Later on, Favre claimed to have only been undecided about whether to take the field for roughly 5 minutes. Favre turned in an amazing performance, scoring 4 touchdown passes and gaining 311 yards in the first half alone. Anyone who watched the nationally televised game was in awe of quarterback Brett Favre's inspirational performance as the Packers easily won. Years later, when paying tribute to his late father, he said, "This is way tougher than any 3rd and 15, I can assure you. You may be sure that Favre touched us deeply." Damar Hamlin goes into cardiac arrest. A terrifying incident happened during Monday Night Football in 2022. Damar Hamlin, Bills safety, lunged in to make a tackle but abruptly dropped to the field. He seemed unaffected by the initial contact, got up, took a few steps, and then collapsed to the ground. Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin claimed that his doctors have determined that a blow to the chest caused his heart to stop following a tackle during a game in Cincinnati in early January. When a violent hit to the chest causes the heart to tremble and cease pumping blood effectively, it might result in a rare syndrome known as commotio cordis, which can induce abrupt cardiac arrest. After receiving CPR on the scene, 25-year-old Hamlin was admitted to the hospital for over a week. Eventually, Hamlin recovered fully, but the moments in between were among the scariest in league history. Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and Willis McGahee paid tribute to Sean Taylor. The football world saw a moving remembrance of the late Sean Taylor, a cherished Miami legend and safety for the Washington Redskins, in 2007, when Miami icons Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and Willis McGahee paid tribute to him in a moving show of solidarity and shared grief. The touching ceremony that took place on the field was a reflection of the strong bonds that were formed amongst these guys who were formerly part of the active Miami Hurricanes brotherhood. It was clear that the Ravens were playing with a special purpose and a heavy heart as soon as they took the field for the game. Sean Taylor was a beloved part of the Miami football community and a formidable player who sadly lost his life. He left an enduring legacy. A moving tribute and a minute of silence took place prior to the start, highlighting the fraternity and togetherness that typified the Miami Hurricanes family. Standing together as more than just teammates, the 3 Miami icons on Ravens' side, Lewis, Reed, and McGahee, represented a common bond of love, respect, and grief for their departed brother, Sean Taylor.
Go welcome home your dad.
I'm coming home, I'm coming home.
Punter surprised a military family with a brand new SUV. During halftime, punter Pat McAfee's Indianapolis Colts had surprised a military family during a Veterans Day halftime spectacular. When the family car broke down while Army Sergeant First Class Jeremy Eno was deployed in Afghanistan, it was difficult for his wife Kristen to take care of both sons, David and Dominic. After helping to organize the homecoming celebration, punter Pat McAfee purchased a new SUV for the Enos upon learning of their vehicle problems. He got help from the team's mascot to gift them a brand new SUV dramatically and emotionally. Washington football team Sean Taylor tribute in 2007. Sean Taylor was a rising star in the NFL before his tragic death at the age of 24. He was a national champion at Miami and the number 5 draft choice of the Washington Redskins in 2004 before this tragedy happened. He was deserving of 2 Pro Bowl selections. On November 26, 2007, Taylor was shot by armed intruders at his Florida home, and he passed away a few hours later in the hospital. The Redskins wanted to honor their fallen teammate who passed away, so they fielded only 10 players on defense, leaving Taylor's position empty. You could feel the void on the field without Taylor. The Redskins paid tribute to Sean Taylor in several ways, including having players wear his number 21 on jerseys and helmets. There was also a beautiful memorial with flowers and pictures of the fallen star, followed by a moment of silence to remember his brief but brilliant career.
Pro football remembers a larger-than-life figure.
Tribute to Al Davis. The beloved Oakland Raiders owner Al Davis passed away in October 2011. During a road game against the Houston Texans, the team honored Davis by wearing a black decal with his initials on their helmets. Then, to secure the win, Michael Huff moved ahead of Jacoby Jones to intercept a ball from Matt Schaub. Head coach Hugh Jackson sobbed, and the players dedicated the victory to the legendary team owner. Undoubtedly, Davis would have enjoyed such an unusual triumph.
3 hours to be great today! 3 hours to be great!
Chuck Pagano tribute. Head coach Chuck Pagano of the Indianapolis Colts had to leave the team in 2012 to receive treatment for leukemia. Pagano was back on the sidelines for the Week 17 game against the Houston Texans. However, Pagano returned for the team's season-ending game, and the organization surprised him with an emotional tribute video highlighting his life and his battle. The fans responded with a thunderous ovation, and the entire team gave a fierce and passionate performance in response to the video and their coach's return.
Arizona Cardinals safety Pat Tillman says he is going to leave the NFL.
Pat Tillman's sacrifice. The sports world was shocked by Pat Tillman's decision to enlist in the U.S. Army following the 9/11 terrorist attacks. A footballer who clearly valued his country more than his fortune took a courageous move. Sadly, in 2004, Tillman was killed in Afghanistan after suffering devastating injuries from friendly fire. In observance of his legacy, the NFL retired his jersey number, renamed a plaza at their stadium in his honor, and provided funding to the Pat Tillman Foundation, which provides servicemen and women with opportunities and scholarships. Tillman's selflessness encourages us to have faith in people. The NFL is a platform for inspiration, solidarity, and celebrating the human spirit. These poignant NFL moments speak beyond the game to expose the personal tales, successes, and struggles that make football more than simply a sport.